Welcome to the Eonics Podcast, a podcast about software development, new ways of working, and lots of other interesting stuff. Today I have a new guest, Asal. Welcome.
Thank you.
To start with, can you help me? How do you pronounce your last name?
Yeah, I know that it is a little bit difficult for you. My name is Asal Khoshnavataher.
Khoshnavataher.
Yeah.
Okay. And maybe you could tell us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, sure. My name is Asal. I'm originally from Iran.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 36 years old and I'm married. My husband Amir also work at Eonics.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm work as a Java developer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm living in Netherlands for almost 3.5 years. Live in The Hague. And I have no children.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoy hiking, reading, and shopping.
Also very important.
Yeah. And yeah.
And I was wondering, how did you get started with your career as a developer? Like, where did it all come from?
Yeah. Actually, I got my master's degree in information technology engineering.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I gained valuable experience with programming in the university.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I started my career as a researcher.
Okay.
In a company in Iran, Tehran actually, the capital of Iran.
Mm-hmm.
And while working as a researcher, actually it made me realize that because sometimes I had to do some small programming things as well.
Okay.
And that made me realize that I enjoy programming more than research.
Okay.
Yeah. And actually, Amir also encouraged me to follow the programming,
Right.
especially Java programming, because he's also a Java programmer.
Right.
Yeah. And I decided to change my job. I started looking for a new job as a Java developer. And after a while, I got a new job at one of the biggest companies, banking company in Iran.
Mm-hmm.
I started programming there, and I was lucky because my lead team, my manager, was a very nice person. He also was coming from the university which I studied there,
Okay.
the same university actually, and he learned me a lot about Java. He introduced me actually the most popular Java book, the SCJP.
Okay.
Yeah, and I remember I had to read the whole book in a short time, and I did that, and after that I realized that I really like Java and continued that.
So you really learned a lot on the job.
Yeah.
But when you did your masters, you weren't yet really doing a lot of programming, just a little bit.
It was more researching, not
Researching.
developing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the end, you ended up liking the software development more.
Yes.
Yeah. So your husband too also works for Eonics.
Yes.
But you were actually the first one to work for Eonics, right? How did you make the move to the Netherlands, and how did you discover Eonics as a company?
Yeah. After 5 years of working as a Java developer in Iran, me and Amir, you also may be aware of the situation in my home country.
Mm-hmm.
We decided to migrate and experience the life in other countries.
Mm-hmm.
So my husband Amir actually got a job offer from Netherlands, and we moved here. And after 3 months, I got my first job actually, and the current one at Eonics. one of our friends worked as a freelancer for Eonics.
Yes.
Actually, and he referred me to Eonics.
So this was also your first job in the Netherlands.
Netherlands, yeah.
Yes. So how was
First
that?
one and the only one.
Yeah, exactly. How was that transition? Was it difficult in the beginning?
Yeah, actually, once you migrate and you actually come to a foreign country with a different culture, different language, there might be a lot of new challenges. And it was like this for me because I'm coming from a country which my mother tongue is Persian.
Mm-hmm.
We speak in Farsi or Persian. And I had to learn first English. And when I came here, I started to learn English in a short time and start my career. And there was some, actually it was a big challenges for me. And but if you have a right mindset and right approach, you can overcome on these challenges. So yeah, it was difficult, but I'm happy that now I'm here. And
you learned 2 languages because first you learned English en ook Nederlands heb je geleerd.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
that's true.
A lot of language learning.
Yeah.
And how did you find? You're now in a current position at a startup, right? Called U-Turn.
Yeah.
How long have you been there?
At U-Turn, it's like almost 1.5 years.
Right.
I'm working there. Yeah.
And they built like a what is it exactly? A platform for people that do container transport where they can get jobs?
Yeah, actually U-Turn, it's we can call it a logistic company.
Right.
Yeah, and the main focus on actually make the world of container transport more efficient and easier through the technology and data. And we are developing a platform which make the shipper and container to be able to organize their transport and connect to each other and organize the shipment and transport more efficiently and in a transparent way, actually.
And you are the one, together with the team, building the whole software platform that this is built on, right?
Yeah, actually, after I joined the U-Turn, the platform was developed, but we have added a lot of new features and new things there. Yeah.
So what does your current job look like? Like from day to day, do you work with Agile, and do you do features or a lot of DevOps? Like, what are all the different things you do? Yeah.
I'm working there as a full stack developer, actually. Okay. So, but mostly work on the backend part.
Okay.
We are working with the Spring Boot framework.
Right.
And in the front end side, we have Angular.
Mm-hmm.
We are almost a big team. And we have our Scrum Master, and we do the Agile methodology. And but most of my work is on backend part.
So in a normal day, you would be mostly working on implementing new features in the Java backend, or how would you describe your working day?
Yeah, my working days, mostly adding new feature to the platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you also have to do like the the DevOps part, so deployments, production issues, what have you?
Yeah, as actually the U-Turn, it's like it's growing, but it's like a startup project. So we as a developer, we are also used to do the DevOps part. We do the deployment part and actually maintenance of the servers and maintenance of the infrastructure and all of these things. We as a developer, as a backend developers, we also do most of them.
So you're responsible basically for the whole application together with the team.
Exactly. Yeah.
And how big is the team?
Currently, our team is growing, and now we are 9 of us.
9?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's quite a big
Yeah.
team. And how does it work in the day-to-day? Like, you all get together on, do you have like a stand-up, or is there a product owner?
Yeah, we have a product owner. We have a stand-up
Right.
daily at 9:30.
Okay.
And we describe what we are going to do today and what we did yesterday. We also have 2 weeks of a sprint of 2 weeks.
2 weeks, right.
Yeah. And in the end of the sprint, we have sprint planning meetings, we have retro meetings, and we also have in the middle of the sprint, we have refinement meetings and this kind of things.
Right. And is this the kind of job where you also get to think about, like, how do I say this? Are you just only implementing new features from user stories, or are you also involved in kind of thinking about new features, or like optimizing the platform, or thinking about new architectures, or going to the cloud, or all those kind of things? Or is it more focused on only the programming?
Yeah, as me and in the team, we just have 2 senior backend developer.
Okay.
So our responsibility is also R&D for the new features, adding new technology. So we are responsible for design and make improvement and the whole things, not only programming.
Right. So you would also go to the product owner, say like, hey, maybe we should think about this, or we can do an optimization here, or those kind of things.
Yeah, that's true.
And in terms of technology, is there certain things you find really interesting, or that you really like, or like certain favorite frameworks or things you really appreciate?
Yeah, in Uther, I started working with Redis.
Okay.
Which I haven't experienced with that in before, actually.
It's a caching platform, right? Or something like this?
In Uther, we use it as a caching technology.
Right.
Yeah, but it could be used in different things. But yeah, and I really like that. And I'm happy that I had this opportunity to experience working with that. And as our platform is growing, and we all know that with the growth, new challenges are coming as well.
Right.
So we have planned to migrate the infrastructure to the cloud services.
Okay.
So I'm really looking forward to that, to have experience with the cloud computing services as well.
That's a completely new project.
Yeah.
And did you implement Redis? Was it also for performance improvement?
Yes, we use Redis actually we had some performance issue, and we decided to use Redis to cache some statics data or some setting and metadata, this kind of things, to improve the performance of the platform.
And did it help a lot, or?
Yeah, it worked a lot. And now we have a plan to use it in different area and for different purposes as well.
Different ways. And it integrates well with the Java code and everything.
Yeah, it's integrated with Spring Boot.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, and are there certain things, being like a full stack developer, what do you find is the challenging aspects of the job, or things you maybe sometimes struggle with or find a bit more difficult?
As I actually mentioned, as U-Turn is like a startup project, but it's transforming to a real project. So the new challenges are coming.
Right.
Like some technical challenges that we need to add the new technology and some new feature to the platform, like monitoring, testing, some kind of A/B testing technologies and these kind of things. So this part we as a developer need to first do a good R&D and decide the best option for us. So sometimes this kind of things it's a little bit challenging. And
but is it because so you the way I hear it is you need to implement features that make the platform more mature in a way, like testing, monitoring, those kind of things. But is it difficult because you don't know yet exactly how you're going to do it, or you don't know which technology to choose? Like, what is the challenging part?
Actually, the challenging part is we need to make the best decision for our business and our requirement.
Right.
Yeah, it should be cost effective, time effective, and this kind of things.
Yeah, and that's a lot if you also, are responsible just for the day-to-day running of the platform.
Yeah,
and you have to do this on top, I can imagine. That is
it's a little bit challenging. Yeah.
Yes. If you would have to give advice to someone, maybe like yourself when you were younger, who is not yet sure, like, do I want to become a software engineer? Would it be for me? Like, what would be an advice maybe that you would give to someone who's just starting out?
Yeah, if you are a woman, especially a woman, that you are going to start your career in technology, I want to say that just believe in yourself, believe in your abilities, and know that what it takes to success, you have all of them.
And were there any things that you found specifically difficult as a woman to get started in the field?
And in Iran especially, yes, because we all know there are some gender bias, some discrimination for the woman in technology. So I think we all women face this kind of challenges and these things.
But it is a career you would advise for other women to pursue? Yeah,
I really like my career, and if I go back, I will select this career again. Yeah. So if you really like it, just go for it. Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you very much, Asal, for sharing your knowledge and experience.
Yeah.
And this was the first time, but maybe we can have another chat in the future.
Yeah, sure. Zeker.
Oké, zeker. Tot ziens.
Tot ziens.